So, Lethal Company. We all know what it is, I'm sure. Blew up late last year and has been on a bit of a decline in popularity since there were no new updates for a long time. But recently a new update came out and its popularity came back a little bit. So with launching my channel, I thought it'd be fun to make a series covering all the creatures on Lethal Company. Starting with the roaming locusts.
Sigurd's danger level, 0%. Scientific name, Analyses vega. Known as roaming locust, this is a species of grasshopper. Unlike some species which are more prone to jump or fly, roaming locusts are almost never grounded and stay close together even when in small numbers. They will quickly disperse when a predator disrupts them, but are highly attracted to light.
The Analyses vega gets its scientific name from the Analyses genus, a subfamily of Certicanthocridae. Certicanthocridae. It's unknown who gave these creatures their scientific names, or perhaps if they either originated from Earth or are given their genus name due to their similarity to the Earth genus counterparts. The roaming locusts are, as their name implies, a type of locust that roams on the moons of the Thistle Nebula. They are small, greenish-brown, boxy-looking bugs with big yellow eyes and 2 pairs of wings, 2 on each side, and 4 legs. The locusts appear to be in a constant state of flight. They never land, at least not during the day, as they seemingly go into hiding once the sun goes down. Roaming locusts travel in large groups in spherical formations, flying around each other and all roaming towards a certain direction. Their purpose for this is unknown. If another entity gets too close or a flashlight is being shined at them, they will disperse in random directions. Despite Sigurd stating that they are attracted to light, I could not get them to exhibit this behavior. Not much is known about the locusts beyond this. Not much is known about many creatures of the Thistle Nebula. In fact, for the most part, their purpose, predators, diet, and routines are complete mysteries for some species. Now onto my analysis.
Sigurd's danger level, 90%. Scientific name, Cabrocoriscus. The circuit bee, also known as red bee, is a eusocial flying insect of the genus Apis, a descendant of the honeybee. Their appearance is quite recognizable from their hairy red bodies and 2 sets of wings. Like their ancestors, they are well known for their intelligent and social behavior, large colony size, building wax nest which they use to store honey, and their important role in pollination. Unlike the honeybee, which often choose high places such as tree to construct its hive, red bees create their hives on the ground. Red bees are highly defensive. They will leave the nest to attack any creature that comes within several meters, leaving behind only the queen and drone bees. This bold behavior is enabled by their most defining ability, which is their electrostatic charge. Red bees produce friction with the air. They also produce friction by rubbing their 2 pairs of wings against each other and by rubbing against one another while in the hive. What allows them to create such a surplus of electric field compared to the honeybee is still under research, as they generate a stronger electric field when panicked or angered. This ability is especially useful for them around water. It's beast to keep your distance. If a red beehive is stolen, red bee swarms will enter an onslaught in which they attack any living creature. This destructive behavior will last until they have located the hive or completely exhausted themselves, which can take hours to days. They have been known to leave behind fields of bodies of small rodents, insects, and even some larger mammals, and in rare cases they can start fires. Their strong benefits and drawbacks to their ecosystem are highly debated. Bee-baited.
Sigurd covers almost everything on the circuit bee, so this will be a shorter segment. Despite having the scientific name Cabrocoriscus, the circuit bees are a part of the genus Apis, belonging to the honeybee. The crabro genus actually belongs to wasps. Perhaps they get the crabro genus from their hostile and predatory behavior. Coruscus originates from Latin, which means to vibrate or shake, which lines up with the circuit bee's ability to rub their wings together and against each other fast enough to create an electric field. Sigurd mentions the bees' defensiveness of their hives. However, if you can get your hands on it and run fast enough to not get hurt, then take your chances. They're pretty high value and usually sell for well over 90 credits to the company.
Its danger level, 0%. Scientific name, Quadrupus manta. Manticores are a passerine bird of the family Corvidae. Their bodies are quite large compared to their early descendants, and their wingspan ranges from 55 to 64 inches. Their most defining characteristic is their set of 4 wings. Their back wings are mostly used to stabilize when at low speed, while their front 2 wings create the majority of the lift. Their round bodies are striking yellow, but with black outlines or stripes along their primary rear feathers. Manticoils mostly feed on small insects, but can also feed on small rodents. They are highly intelligent and social. They pose little threat and have generally passive temperament towards humans, although they are capable of transmitting rabies, Rubinchloria, and pit virus.
The manticoil belongs to the Corvidae family, but their genus is completely unknown from what I researched. The quad clearly comes from the bird's 4 wings, and the species name might be a reference to the similar wing shape to manta rays' fins, but that might be a bit of a stretch. The manticoils roam around the moons. In Sigurd's entry, he states that the manticoils had much larger descendants that we have no knowledge on. There's also mention of Rubinchloria and pit virus, which we are also void of knowledge on. The manticoil usually rest on the ground in small groups, but if someone gets within a couple of feet, they will flee, but the slower and smaller you are, the less threatened they feel, and they might stick around. Manticoils are completely passive, and even if attacked, they will fly instead of fight. It seems like they hide once the sun goes down. You'd be hard pressed to find a manticoil after 6 p.m. Lights do not seem to affect them. The manticoils are a peaceful species that just sit around and really don't do much.
Sigurd's danger level, 0%. Scientific name, Linapithema crassus. Hoarding bugs of the order Hymenoptera are large social insects. While often found living alone, they have been found to share their nest with members of their own species. They measure a height of 3 feet on average with bulbous bodies. The thinness of their fluid and blood and the material of their carapaces contributes to their low weight, making them capable of flight with their membranous wings. It also makes their bodies somewhat transparent. Hoarding bugs were given their name due to their territorial nature. Once they have chosen a place as their nest, they will seek to adorn it with any object they can find and will protect these objects as part of their nest. Hoarding bugs are not so dangerous alone as they are in large hives. However, if left alone, hoarding bugs are surprisingly neutral and pose little danger. We love the stupid cuddle bugs.
Hoarding bugs are a curious case, somehow being a part of the Linapithema genus, but being giants compared to other species. The Linapithema name implies that the hoarding bugs are a type of ant, but it appears that certain creatures in the Thistle Nebula have incorrect scientific names in relation to their genus, so perhaps this is another example of that. Nonetheless, if these are a type of ant, their large scale might be due to evolution years and years ahead of the 21st century, or maybe some kind of mutant ants? Mute ants? They're a pale green color and their stomachs are a desaturated brown. Hoarding bugs don't seem to have necks or any kind of segment connecting their heads and torsos, instead of their faces or heads being directly a part of their torsos. They have 2 large black antennas and strange spikes in their backs. They have huge blood red eyes and a gaping mouth with sharp teeth inside. The bugs have bent limbs, giving the appearance of spider-like legs, but when they enter attack mode, they stretch their legs, extending themselves to the size of an employee, barely hovering above the floor with their 4 thin and translucent wings flapping rapidly. Hoarding bugs, as mentioned by Sigurd, have nests that they scavenge for scrap for in small groups. These bugs are very curious creatures. If you run into one, they might do a little bit of back and forth movement, lifting and dropping their arms over and over again, without getting too close, but they are not afraid to go up to you if you're in their way. If they show that they're coming towards you, try to move out of the way. If these creatures are approached or gotten too close to, they get extremely defensive and will attack. If another bug finds one of its hive members dead or being attacked, it will join in on the attack. You can expect to find these bugs in dark halls roaming for scrap. If you engage with them or fear for your life, try dropping one of the items in your inventory. They might just take it and leave you alone. You can also find them in their nest where they guard the scrap. If someone gets near their nest, they will guard the scrap, and once enough time has passed, they will continue to look for more scrap around the facility. If you take the scrap, they will attack no matter what. Getting overwhelmed by a horde of these bugs will end you. so that was the video. Planning to make more of these. There's a shit ton more creatures to cover. And I just really like, going in depth on creatures. This one felt a little repetitive. Like, there was clearly a formula. So I'm going to try to make the next one a little more mixed, Still going to talk about the genus and the species. That's super interesting to me, even though I hate biology. But for sure, next one, hopefully, is a little more effort. But yeah. I was supposed to have this video out at the beginning of the month, but I got caught up with last day of school stuff, a party, and I got back into Hollow Knight at the worst fucking time. So, spent all day today playing Hollow Knight. It was good, but supposed to be working on a video. Recording this on June 10th. Let's see when the video comes out. So as I said in the previous outro, recorded 12 days ago, it's taken me a while to get this video out. And I'm probably going to get it out before the 25th. But in the time of making this video, there's already a new update coming out on the 25th. Hopefully I get it up before that update. But it's kind of funny. It's not hard making YouTube videos. It really isn't. Piece of cake. But I get really distracted. That's all I have to say.